I would just like to put forward a few thoughts on post-humanism. I have heard, Bakshi sir, I have heard others who have very profoundly discussed the idea. But I would just like to put forward another aspect related to post-humanism, that how, although this concept was not named as such in the Indian philosophical school, but this has always existed. And the very first example of post-humanism that we get to know is in the work of Adi Shankaracharya. Now, Adi Shankaracharya was a very erudite scholar of Advaita Vedanta, and it is believed that he lived in the 8th century, but some research by Pandit Kota Venkatachalam has revealed that he was not actually in the 8th century, rather he was in the 5th century BC. So, uh, the thing is, once when he had an interaction with none other than Shiva himself, and when Shiva asked him for an introduction, he did not say that I am a human, having these qualities. He rather said one line. He said, Chidananda Rupaha Shivoham Shivoham. That means I am none other than Shiva himself. Now, this might sound a little problematic because we all consider ourselves to be human. Then how come we have a person coming up and saying that Chidananda Rupaha Shivoham Shivoham? That means I am a chit filled with Anand and I am Shiva. So he expounds on this in the various stanzas of Nirvana Shatakam, which means a stotra, or you can say a hymn dedicated to Nirvana. And he begins by saying Mano Buddhyahankar Chittani Naham Na Cha Shrotra Jive Na Cha Ghana Netre Na Cha Vyoma Bhumi Na Tejo Na Vayu Chidananda Rupaha Shivoham Shivoham. And in the last he concludes by saying Aham Nirvikalpo Nirakara Rupo Vibhut Vyat Sarvatra Sarvendriyanam. So that means I am neither mind, I am nor body, I am neither mind nor body nor anything else. I am neither the sense organs, nothing else. I am someone who is not an option, you know. I am someone who is nirakar, that means formless. So basically, this is an idea that transcends the human boundaries, and it is a state of realization that is found in Kashmir Shaivism. It was later propounded on by Vasugupta in another text known as Spandakarika, in which he tells that everyone is Shiva actually, but we have forgotten that we are Shiva. So this is the post-human concept that we get to know. And in the medieval age, when we come, we had a very enlightened philosopher, Kabir Das, and he said in a very famous bhajan, Ave na jave, mare nahi janme, soi nij piv hamara ho, na pratham janani ne janmo, na hi sirjan hara ho. That means I want to have a lover who neither is born nor dies. I want to have a lover who was neither born by mother, who neither has any benefactor, right? So this is how this tradition has continued. And to conclude what I was saying, so I would like to say that my personal experience with this was actually there, but I never realized that it was a post-human experience. So you see, earlier, because of the visual impairment that I have, I actually relied upon a lot of people's help. So for writing my exams, I took writers, and for navigating places, I of course take help. But the intervention of technology has actually reduced the reliance upon human help to a great extent. Today, there is artificial intelligence in my phone that describes every image, and it gives a very, very perfect description. Then there are artificial intelligences that help me in other tasks as well. So the dependency on human beings has been reduced to a great extent. Now, the thing is, it has both pros and cons. The cons are, the pros are obviously there, that, sometimes when there are no human beings available, still you can take help of the AI and do whatever you want to. But the con has been that earlier when I actually interacted with human beings, so it was a very good learning experience, because when you talk to someone, it's not just talk, it's exchange of thoughts, ideas. So for example, when people wrote my exam, so there were people from different backgrounds. I got to know different accents. I got to know, how they think, and they also got to know what I think. So to sum it up all, One philosophy that is given by Kashmir Shaivism branch is that anything has two capacities. It can either liberate you or it can bind you. Now it depends upon how you use it. So similarly, post-humanism also has both these capacities. If you think in terms of the technological realm, then of course posthumanism can be binding because ultimately it will lead to your cutting off from the society, and at the end of the day it's leading to more depression. But if you realize that you are beyond the human being, obviously you will be able to transcend the human boundaries and do many more things which are humanly impossible. And the same has been demonstrated by many yogis, how they live barefoot in the Himalayas and they walk on ice and nothing happens to their bodies. So this is what I had to say. Thank you, everyone.